don't do a lot talking. Got a Batmobile, I'm driving now.
Let's start with the STAG of the, I think there's 6, so number 6. We'll start with the STAG. Now, it does look cool. It's like a kind of badass skull, you know, kind of like the Ram. But, and as you see, I don't have it leveled up. I honestly just bought it off the wall for the sake of the video. This one has a discipline strength build. You can see discipline strength has ashes to assets, so your grenade gets you more super energy, or you can do some special weapons. So it's not too bad, and shield start recovery immediately with orb pickup can be helpful, but since it's like it's a radiance thing, so obviously, okay, yeah, twist fate and infuse. Do or die. Once per life, your super charges faster when your teammates are dead, and you have a chance to respawn with an overshield. Now, it can be helpful. Then again, it's very situational. It's not really going to help you unless your teammates are dead. So if you and your team are alive, it's not going to activate. Now, if you die, you have a chance to get the overshield, which can be alright, but to me, this is probably the most useless Warlock helmet that you can use. It's not, like I said, it's very situational, so I guess when it works, it's good, but when's it gonna work, really? I actually just know it's do or die. Stag. Wow, okay. I'll give it a few extra points just for the pun. Moving on to number 5, we have Skull of Dire AHAMKARA. And looks pretty cool. I like the Warlocks, they kind of have like bones. These ones. Intellect and Strength. Which is an odd mix. I mean, you pick only one of them, but still. Melee kills increase your super, or heavy. So pretty much the opposite of the STAG that I have. And Invigoration. You get melee energy on orb picker. So if you have a melee, increased melee speed and like supercharged and whatever, hands-on and invigoration could work well. It's a nice little combo right there. Plus a strength build actually. So this is a good roll. If you want to have a strength build warlock, look that badass. Infused twist of fate. So let's go. Delusions of Grandeur. Take reduced damage while using Nova Bomb and improved energy drain abilities. Again, I mean, if you're not really comfortable with your Void Walker, this isn't really the helmet for you. So again, it only really works with one of the 3 classes. Could be better. I mean, if you're going to be spamming the Nova Bomb, I mean, realistically, you might only get maybe max of 3. Kind of like the STAG, kind of very situational, but your energy drain, that could help, especially with this sweet melee build perks. But again, I mean, it's better than the STAG, but there are better Warlock helmets out there. Number 4, we have the Obsidian Mine, and the first Warlock helmet on our list that isn't made of bones. This used to be my favorite looking Warlock helmet. I think it was one of the first actually exotic Warlock helmets I got back in year 1, and I used it just because it looked cool, not because of perks. As we see, we have an intellect discipline build, so supers and grenades. Inverse shadow, so it just minions up killing enemies, increases your super. or from heavy weapons. So inverse shadow is actually a really good one to have with invigoration. So it's not bad, not as good as the last one, but I mean inverse shadow on its own makes up for it. So we have insatiable. So Nova Bomb kills reduce the cooldown of your next Nova Bomb, so I guess it gives you a little bit of a boost, and your super charges maybe for like 5 seconds. I'm not too sure, I haven't really used it. But so I mean, obviously reducing cooldown on your supers can be good for anything. But again, this is a strictly Voidwalker helmet. It can only be used with Voidwalkers. The only reason I give it the edge over the Dire Skull of AHAMKARA is the looks, like solid black. You know, it can match the colors. If you want your helmet to kind of match your armor or whatever, black is really easy to match with. It looks pretty cool. And also, I mean, Insatiable isn't the worst perk, especially with that. So, coming in at number 4 is the Obsidian Mind. Number 3, so now we're at the top 3 of our list. We have the Apotheosis Veil. Again, kind of looks like Obsidian Mind with these things on the side here. But we get this nice, cool looking face plate thing. And I believe it changes colors too, depending on your armor shader. So let's just see if it does. Let's put on Devil Swept. Yeah, see the underneath of these, you see AHAMKARA does. Pretty sure. Oh no, it's that. The design on the front, so that goes the red. Well, you know, it's still pretty cool. We got a intellect discipline build like before. Inverse shadow, really good. And we also have innervation, which is like the same but for grenades. But its ability, private reserves, immediately regenerate health, melee, and grenade energy upon activating your super. Now, the reason this gets in top 3 is popping your super online. If you want to just use Radiance without Fireborn, can be helpful. You're getting shot, you pop it, you get the extra armor, and you start whipping grenades because your melee and your grenade energy instantly come back, so you don't have to wait for that. And, you know, Storm Trance, you pop that, maybe you have Landfall on, and you just what it's good for. You can use this with all 3 classes and still keep its exotic ability. So, it's a dope helmet. It was between this and Obsidian Mind that I used pretty much exclusively in year 1. I didn't care for any of the others. So, this one is actually been pretty fun. Well, I don't really use it too often anymore. It's kind of gone down in my books. Due to, you see here, my recovery on my classes is pretty high, so I usually wait that extra second, get my health back, and then pop it. Because now, actually, this used to be my least favorite helmet in year 1, the Ram, because of the fact that it only works with Voidwalker. Armor on all 3 subclasses, but all your Voidwalker melees trigger lifesteal on hit, so it basically gives you lifesteal with Strength of the Ram. It's got an intellect strength build, so Strength is really good to have. Actually, I should put that on if I'm going to use it, and put on Hands On for melee kills. But it's got Infusion, which heals you with Orbs of Light if you don't have your super and your health are not really the best. I would have preferred to have the one that replenishes your melee energy. But I have been actually using this helmet quite recently. with Voidwalker, because I've gotten back into it, and honestly just being able to, like how it says, all Voidwalker melees, it doesn't have to be charged. If you kill a guy with an uncharged melee attack, it will trigger lifesteal, which can be a lifesaver. So I do enjoy that. This is really fun to use with the Voidwalker, so this is my go-to Voidwalker helmet. And like I also said, I guess with the Apotheosis Veil is my go-to Stormcaller helmet. That's my go-to Voidwalker helmet. Now my go-to helmet in general, which I usually always keep on, is the Light Beyond Nemesis. This thing is amazing. Now we have Strength and Intellect, which basically I put everything in the Intellect on this one. Inverse Shadow and Second Thoughts, doesn't really matter. And melee energy on orb pickups, so it's not too bad. I use this primarily for PvP, although doing things like the Nightfall or Challenge of the Elders, Prison of Elders, things where you can die, pretty much anything except the hard mode for Kingswell. Having quick res and the ability to get resed faster does help out in cases like, oh, you're a little bit overwhelmed. It can be a lifesaver that either you revive your teammate a little quicker or they revive you a little quicker. But I primarily use this for when me and my buddies hit up Trials of Osiris on the weekend. It's always good to have this helmet on and at least one Crest of Alpha Loopy or another one of these, depending on who you have coming in on your team. If you have a Warlock, make sure at least two of your players are holding either a Light Beyond Nemesis or the Crest of Alpha Loopies for the Hunter and Titan chest piece. That does the same thing. So it's called Keeper of the Pack, which is revive fallen teammates and be revived faster, and supers generate an extra orb. So it can be very helpful in PvP, especially Trials of Osiris, where you get rezzed. Iron Banner, again, like if you have decent perks on it, getting that extra super and stuff can help, but just for the Trials of Osiris alone, that is my favorite. And Sunsinger, so I guess you could say these are tied for first, but that's for Sunsinger, that's for Stormcaller, that's for Voidwalker. Really good. So these are, I'd say these are the top 3 helmets for the Warlock, and these are the bottom 3 helmets for the Warlock. Thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button if you want me to finish off the Warlock with their last 2 sets of armor that are exotic, and maybe continue on to Hunters and Titans. Leave a comment, maybe what are your favorite Warlock armor pieces, if you need help with maybe building a Warlock, yeah, just let me know. And maybe if you want to compare Warlocks, maybe, hey, you want to teach me. I'm not perfect when it comes to my Warlock. I like to think my Warlock is my best character. I'm really good with my Warlock. Maybe you see something I don't. So yeah, with that, smash that like button, leave a comment, tell me what your favorite pieces of Warlock helmets are. So yeah, see you guys.